exclamation aloud. A mountain. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at an impending storm while lightning illuminated their tense standoff with the awakened statue. As Ilara spoke the solution, a mountain, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon the awakened guardian statue. To her surprise, it trembled, its stone eyes glowing menacingly as it came to life. Arik stepped in front of her, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. "Stand back, Ilara." Meanwhile, distant lightning hinted at an impending storm, casting eerie reflections on the pulsating crystals surrounding them. As Ilara deciphered the cryptic inscription on the guardian statue's base, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon its imposing form. "A mountain," she murmured, recalling ancient lore on such constructs while Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. Suddenly, the statue trembled, its stone eyes glowing menacingly as it came to life. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering bookshelves filled with dusty tomes, Ilara and Arik faced an awakened guardian statue, its stone eyes glowing menacingly as thunder roared overhead. Lightning illuminated their tense standoff, while the statue's ominous presence hinted at impending danger. As Ilara stepped back from the awakened guardian statue, thunder roared overhead, casting eerie shadows upon its glowing stone eyes. Arik urged caution. "We must find another way," his blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. Meanwhile, distant lightning hinted at an impending storm, casting ominous reflections on the pulsating crystals surrounding them. Under stormy moonlight, Ilara and Arik faced an awakened guardian statue, its stone eyes glowing menacingly as thunder roared overhead. "We must retreat," Ilara urged, recalling ancient lore on such constructs while Arik nodded grimly, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. As they backed away, the statue took a heavy step forward, hinting at an impending pursuit. As Elara and Arik retreated from the awakened guardian statue, thunder roared overhead, casting eerie shadows upon its glowing stone eyes. Suddenly, they spotted a hidden passage behind a crumbling bookshelf, hinting at an alternative route. "We must investigate," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. As Elara and Arik discovered the hidden passage behind the crumbling bookshelf, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated their path. The passage led them to a vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts, pulsating crystals, and towering statues of mythical creatures. "We must proceed cautiously," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under the flickering moonlight. "Do." As Elara and Arik ventured deeper into the hidden chamber, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon ancient artifacts lining their path. They marveled at intricate carvings adorning towering statues of mythical creatures, hinting at long-forgotten secrets buried within this underground sanctum. "What mysteries lie ahead?" Elara whispered, her heart pounding with anticipation as lightning illuminated their journey. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering bookshelves filled with dusty tomes in an ancient library, Elara and Arik discovered a hidden chamber filled with pulsating crystals and towering statues of mythical creatures, while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Lightning illuminated their awe-struck faces as they marveled at the intricate carvings adorning the enigmatic figures. What secrets lie within these ancient walls? Elara pondered, her heart pounding with curiosity. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering bookshelves filled with dusty tomes, Elara and Arik marveled at intricate carvings adorning statues of mythical creatures while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Lightning illuminated their awe-struck faces as they pondered the secrets hidden within this ancient sanctum. "What mysteries lie ahead?" Elara whispered, her heart pounding with anticipation. As Elara and Arik explored the hidden chamber filled with towering statues of mythical creatures, they noticed one statue depicting a griffin, its eyes glowing with an eerie light. "This one. It seems different," Elara mused, her heart pounding as she approached the statue. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their curious examination. under stormy moonlight filtering through towering bookshelves filled with dusty tomes. Ilara and Eric approached an unusual griffin statue, its eyes glowing eerily while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Lightning illuminated their curious examination. What makes this statue different? Ilara pondered, her heart pounding with intrigue. As Ilara reached out to touch the glowing eyes of the griffin statue, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon its intricate carvings. To her surprise, the statue trembled, hinting at hidden secrets within. It's not just a sculpture," she murmured, heart pounding with anticipation while Eric stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. Ilara's heart raced as she discovered an inscription hidden behind the griffin statue's eyes, revealing a secret message. Eric stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. What does it say? Meanwhile, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, while distant lightning hinted at an impending storm. Ilara deciphered the hidden inscription, her heart pounding with anticipation as she read aloud, "When the moon aligns with the griffin's eye, a secret path shall be revealed." Thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their excited faces. "We must wait for the full moon," Ilara urged, recalling ancient lore on such celestial alignments. Under stormy moonlight filtering through the towering bookshelves, Ilara and Eric waited anxiously for the full moon to align with the griffin statue's glowing eye. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead as lightning cast eerie shadows upon their determined faces. Days turned into weeks until finally, one fateful night, the moon's glow reflected perfectly in the griffin's stone gaze. "It's time," Ilara whispered, her heart pounding as she reached out to touch the statue once more. As Ilara's fingers brushed against the griffin statue's glowing eye, under the full moon's glow, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon its intricate carvings. To her astonishment, the ground trembled, and a hidden door creaked open, revealing a secret passage bathed in ethereal moonlight. "We found it," Ilara exclaimed, her heart pounding with excitement as Eric stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. As Ilara and Eric ventured deeper into the hidden passage revealed by the griffin statue's secret message, Thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon ancient carvings adorning its walls. The narrow tunnel led them to a vast cavern filled with towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy. "We must tread carefully," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes, while Elara nodded grimly, recalling ancient lore on such crystals. As Elara and Arik explored the vast cavern filled with pulsating crystals, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated their cautious path. Suddenly, they stumbled upon an ancient tomb resting on a pedestal, its cover adorned with intricate carvings depicting mythical creatures. "What lies within?" Elara whispered, her heart pounding with curiosity as she reached for the mysterious artifact. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara carefully opened the ancient tome, revealing intricate illustrations of mythical creatures battling alongside humans against shadowy foes. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead as lightning illuminated her awestruck expression, hinting at long-forgotten tales of heroism and peril within its pages. Meanwhile, Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent flashes, guarding against any hidden dangers lurking in the cavern. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara delved into the ancient tome's illustrations, her heart pounding as she recognized depictions of legendary battles fought by mythical creatures and humans against shadowy foes. Meanwhile, Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes, while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at an impending storm that could unleash hidden dangers within the cavern. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara eagerly turned the ancient's pages while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Suddenly, an illustration caught her eye, a hidden map detailing a path to a long-forgotten artifact. "We must follow this," she urged Arik, who nodded grimly, blade gleaming under intermittent lightning flashes. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals, pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara and Arik followed the hidden map's path leading deeper into the cavern. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead as lightning illuminated their tense journey, hinting at ancient secrets lurking within its depths. Suddenly, they encountered a vast chasm filled with swirling mists, its far side adorned with an ornate bridge that seemed to sway in the storm's wrath. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals, pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara and Arik cautiously crossed the ornate bridge, swaying precariously over the vast chasm. Thunder rumbling ominously overhead, while lightning illuminated their perilous journey. Halfway across, the bridge groaned menacingly, hinting at impending collapse. "We must hurry," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent flashes. As Elara and Arik hurried across the swaying bridge, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that revealed the chasm's treacherous depths below. Suddenly, the bridge collapsed beneath them, sending both plummeting towards the abyss. "Elara," Arik cried out, reaching for her as they tumbled through the storm, lashed air. As Elara and Arik tumbled through the storm, lashed air, they grasped desperately at nearby roots and vines protruding from the chasm's walls. "Hold on, Elara," Arik grunted, his muscles straining as he braced himself against the winds. Below them, the chasm yawned menacingly while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. As Elara and Arik clung precariously to the chasm's walls, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that revealed glimpses of their perilous situation. "We must climb," Elara urged, her heart pounding with fear as she searched for footholds. Meanwhile, Arik gritted his teeth, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes, while he sought a stable handhold. As Elara and Arik clung desperately to the chasm's walls, lightning illuminated their grim determination while thunder roared ominously overhead. "We must climb quickly," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously as he sought a secure foothold. Meanwhile, Elara spotted a narrow ledge above them, her heart pounding with hope and fear. "Run!" Elara spotted a narrow ledge above them, her heart pounding with hope as she reached out tentatively. "We must climb quickly," Arik urged, bracing himself for her weight while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. As Elara reached for the narrow ledge above, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated her desperate grasp. With Aric's help, she pulled herself up, her heart pounding with relief as they climbed towards safety. Meanwhile, lightning hinted at an impending storm, casting eerie reflections on the pulsating crystals lining the chasm. As Elara and Aric reached the ledge, they caught their breath, hearts pounding from their perilous climb. "We must keep moving," Aric urged, peering into the darkness ahead while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Lightning illuminated a narrow path leading deeper into the chasm, hinting at hidden dangers yet to be revealed. Zoo. Under stormy moonlight, filtering through towering crystals, pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara and Aric ventured, cautiously, along the narrow path leading deeper into the chasm. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead as lightning hinted at hidden dangers lurking in the darkness ahead. Suddenly, they encountered a lock gate adorned with intricate carvings depicting mythical creatures. How do we unlock this? Elara pondered aloud while Aric scanned their surroundings warily. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals, pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara and Aric encounter a locked gate adorned with intricate carvings depicting mythical creatures. Thunder rumbles ominously overhead while lightning hinted at hidden dangers beyond. "What does the inscription say?" Elara asked, leaning in to decipher the ancient text. Meanwhile, Aric stood vigilant, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent flashes. Elara leaned in to decipher the ancient inscription on the locked gate, her heart pounding with anticipation as she recognized it as an ancient riddle. Meanwhile, Aric stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes, while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Elara deciphered the riddle. "What has roots you cannot see is taller than trees. Up it goes, and yet never grows." As she spoke, a mountain. Thunder roared overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated the gate unhinging. Meanwhile, Aric stood vigilant, blade gleaming ominously under the sudden brightness. as the gate unhinged, revealing a vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals. Elara and Arik ventured cautiously inside while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Suddenly, a hidden guardian statue loomed menacingly before them, casting eerie shadows upon its glowing stone eyes. As Elara and Arik ventured deeper into the chamber, thunder roared overhead, casting eerie shadows upon the ominous guardian statue looming before them. "We must disable it quickly," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes while Elara recalled ancient lore on such constructs. As Elara and Arik braced themselves for battle against the ominous guardian statue, thunder roared overhead, casting intermittent flashes that revealed intricate carvings adorning its stone surface. "We must combine our magic to disable it," Elara urged, recalling ancient lore on such constructs while Arik nodded grimly, blade gleaming ominously under the sudden brightness. As Elara and Arik prepared to combine their magic against the ominous guardian statue, thunder roared overhead, casting eerie shadows upon its glowing stone eyes. Elara's heart pounded with anticipation as she recalled ancient incantations, while Arik stood vigilant, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. Yo. As Elara and Arik prepared to unleash their combined magic against the looming guardian statue, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at the impending storm. "Ready?" Elara asked, her heart pounding with anticipation as she raised her hands, fingers dancing with ancient arcane energy. As Elara and Arik prepared to unleash their combined magic, thunder roared overhead, casting eerie shadows upon the statue's glowing stone eyes. "Now," Elara cried, her hands erupting in a blaze of arcane energy as Arik's blade gleamed ominously, channeling his own magical essence into the attack. under stormy moonlight filtering through a vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals. Elara and Arik unleashed their combined magic against the ominous guardian statue looming menacingly before them. As arcane energy collided with the statue, thunder roared overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at an impending storm, while lightning illuminated their powerful assault. Meanwhile, distant echoes revealed more statues staring to life, hinting at a greater threat lurking within the chamber's depths. As Elara and Arik's combined magic struck the guardian statue, thunder roared overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated its crumbling form. However, their triumph was short-lived as more statues stirred menacingly in response, hinting at a greater threat within the chamber. "We must retreat," Arik urged, his heart pounding with concern while Elara nodded grimly, recalling ancient lore on such constructs. As Elara and Arik retreated from the awakened statues, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at an impending storm. They raced back towards the hidden passage, hoping it would lead them safely out of the chamber. "We must hurry," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under lightning's flickering light. As Elara and Arik raced towards the hidden passage, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon their desperate escape. Suddenly, the path collapsed behind them, revealing a vast chasm yawning menacingly while lightning illuminated their precarious situation. "We must jump," Arik urged, his heart pounding with fear as they leapt towards the other side. As Elara and Arik leaped towards safety, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at their desperate plight. The chasm yawned menacingly beneath them, while lightning illuminated their precarious journey across its vast expanse. "We must land gently," Arik urged, his heart pounding with fear as they neared the other side. As Elara and Arik leapt across the vast chasm, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated their desperate journey towards safety on the other side. The narrow ledge they landed on creaked ominously under their weight, hinting at an impending collapse while lightning cast eerie reflections on the pulsating crystals lining the chasm's walls. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Ilara and Arik clung precariously to the narrow ledge as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. The ledge creaked ominously under their weight while lightning cast eerie reflections on the pulsating crystals nearby. "We must find a safer path," Ilara urged, her heart pounding with fear as she searched for a foothold higher up. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Ilara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. The ledge creaked ominously under their weight, while lightning cast eerie reflections on nearby pulsating crystals, hinting at an impending collapse. "We must climb carefully," Arik urged, bracing himself against the wall while Ilara searched for secure handholds above. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Ilara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. The ledge groaned menacingly under their weight, while lightning cast eerie reflections on the pulsating crystals nearby. Suddenly, Arik spotted an opening higher up. "There," he exclaimed, pointing towards a hidden cave entrance. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Ilara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. The ledge groaned menacingly under their weight, while lightning cast eerie reflections on nearby pulsating crystals, hinting at an impending collapse. "We must climb carefully," Arik urged, bracing himself against the wall while Ilara searched for secure handholds above. Meanwhile, a distant rumble suggested more statues stirring to life within the chamber. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Ilara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge, thunder rumbling ominously overhead, as lightning cast eerie reflections on nearby pulsating crystals. Hinting at an impending collapse, they searched desperately for secure handholds above. Suddenly, Ilara spotted an ancient inscription etched into the cave wall. "The path to safety lies within." "Rick, look!" she exclaimed, her heart pounding with anticipation. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Ilara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge while thunder rumbled ominously overhead as lightning cast eerie reflections on nearby pulsating crystals. They searched desperately for secure handholds above. Suddenly, Ilara noticed an ancient inscription etched into the cave wall, hinting at a secret path within. "Arik, look!" she exclaimed, her heart pounding with hope. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Elara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, as lightning cast eerie reflections on nearby pulsating crystals. They searched desperately for secure handholds above. Suddenly, an ancient inscription etched into the cave wall caught their eye. "The path to safety lies within." Hope surged in Elara's heart as she deciphered the cryptic text, revealing a hidden lever that could open the secret passage. Meanwhile, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at the impending storm and awakening statues within the chamber. Durr! Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Elara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, as lightning cast eerie reflections on nearby pulsating crystals. They searched desperately for secure handholds above. Suddenly, an ancient inscription etched into the cave wall caught their eye. "The path to safety lies within." Hope surged in Elara's heart as she deciphered the cryptic text, revealing a hidden lever that could open the secret passage. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Elara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge, thunder rumbling ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff. With newfound hope, Elara deciphered an ancient inscription revealing a hidden lever that could open a secret passage within the cave wall. As she reached for it, the ledge groaned menacingly under their weight, hinting at imminent collapse. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals lining the chasm's walls, Elara and Arik clung precariously to a narrow ledge, thunder rumbling ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff. With newfound hope, Elara deciphered an ancient inscription revealing a hidden lever that could open a secret passage within the cave wall. As she reached for it, the ledge groaned menacingly under their weight, hinting at imminent collapse. As Elara reached for the hidden lever, the ledge beneath them groaned ominously, hinting at imminent collapse. With lightning illuminating their tense standoff, she grasped the lever and pulled with all her might. Suddenly, a secret passage within the cave wall creaked open, revealing a narrow tunnel leading to safety. "We must hurry," Arik urged as thunder rumbled overhead. Under stormy moonlight, Elara and Arik scrambled through the secret passage, thunder rumbling ominously overhead as lightning illuminated their desperate journey towards safety. As they emerged into a vast cavern filled with towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy, hope surged within them, believing they had finally found refuge from the awakened statue's pursuit. However, Their relief was short-lived as distant echoes hinted at more statues stirring to life within the chamber. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at their precarious journey. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a vast cavern filled with towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy, leaving them awestruck by its eerie beauty and menacing presence. Meanwhile, distant echoes suggested more awakened statues pursuing them relentlessly. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara and Arik ventured cautiously into the vast cavern, thunder rumbling ominously overhead, while lightning hinted at hidden dangers lurking within. As they explored deeper, they discovered intricate carvings adorning ancient walls, depicting mythical creatures battling against shadowy foes, a testament to the chamber's enigmatic history. Meanwhile, distant echoes suggested more awakened statues pursuing them relentlessly. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara and Arik marveled at intricate carvings adorning ancient walls depicting mythical creatures battling shadowy foes. Thunder rumbling ominously overhead, while lightning hinted at hidden dangers lurking within. As they ventured deeper into the vast cavern, distant echoes suggested more awakened statues pursuing them relentlessly. As Elara and Arik marveled at the intricate carvings, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting eerie shadows upon their tense standoff. Suddenly, one of the depictions seemed to shift subtly, hinting at a hidden mechanism within. "Arik, look!" Elara urged, her heart pounding with excitement while lightning illuminated their discovery. "Hina." As Elara reached out to examine the shifting carving, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated her curious expression. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under lightning's flickering light, while distant echoes hinted at their relentless pursuers. "What lies within?" Elara whispered, her heart pounding with anticipation as she traced the intricate carvings. Under stormy moonlight filtering through towering crystals, pulsating with otherworldly energy, Elara's fingers traced intricate carvings of mythical creatures battling shadowy foes, thunder rumbling ominously overhead while lightning illuminated her curious expression. As she pressed gently on an inconspicuous rune, a hidden door creaked open, revealing a secret chamber adorned with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals. Meanwhile, distant echoes hinted at their relentless pursuers gaining ground. As Elara stepped into the secret chamber, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated ancient artifacts lining its walls. Arik stood vigilant at her side, blade gleaming ominously under lightning's flickering light, while distant echoes hinted at their relentless pursuers gaining ground. Suddenly, Elara spotted a pulsating crystal atop an ornate pedestal, radiating intense otherworldly energy. "We must take this," she urged, recalling ancient lore on such crystals' power. As Elara reached for the pulsating crystal, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at its otherworldly power. Arik stood vigilant nearby, his heart pounding with anticipation as he gripped his blade, ready to defend them if needed. Suddenly, a menacing shadow loomed behind them, revealing one of their relentless pursuers had entered the secret chamber unnoticed. "Behind us!" Elara cried out in alarm while lightning illuminated their perilous standoff. Elara's heart pounded as she clutched the pulsating crystal, its otherworldly energy coursing through her veins while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik spun around, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes as he faced their pursuer, an awakened statue towering menacingly before them. "We must act quickly," he urged, his heart racing with determination. Under stormy moonlight filtering through an ornate chamber adorned with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals, Elara clutched a radiating crystal, its energy coursing through her veins as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik spun around to face their pursuer, an awakened statue looming menacingly before them, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes. "We must combine our magic to disable it quickly," Elara urged, recalling ancient lore on such constructs while Arik nodded grimly, preparing to unleash his blade's arcane energy. As Elara and Arik stood face to face with the awakened statue, thunder roared overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at their imminent danger. With a swift motion, Arik unleashed his blade's arcane energy, slicing through the air while Elara channeled the crystal's power into a protective barrier around them. Under stormy moonlight, Elara's heart pounded as she clutched the pulsating crystal, its otherworldly energy coursing through her veins, while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik spun around, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes, preparing to strike at their menacing pursuer, an awakened statue looming before them. Meanwhile, distant echoes hinted at more statues gaining ground, leaving Elara and Arik with no choice but to act swiftly. As Elara clutched the pulsating crystal, its energy surged through her veins, casting an ethereal glow under intermittent lightning flashes. Arik stood vigilant, blade gleaming ominously as he prepared to strike at their pursuer, an awakened statue looming before them. With newfound determination, Elara channeled the crystal's power into a protective barrier around while Arik unleashed his blade's arcane energy, slicing through the air towards their foe. Under stormy moonlight filtering through an ornate chamber adorned with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals, Elara clutched a radiating crystal, its otherworldly energy coursing through her veins as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik spun around, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent lightning flashes, preparing to strike at their pursuer, an awakened statue looming before them. Meanwhile, distant echoes hinted at more statues gaining ground, leaving Elara and Arik with no choice but to act swiftly. As Elara channeled the crystal's energy into a protective barrier around them, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at their pursuer's impending strike. Arik struck swiftly with his blade, arcane energy slicing through the air towards the awakened statue. Meanwhile, distant echoes suggested more statues gaining ground, leaving Elara and Arik with no choice but to act swiftly. Under stormy moonlight filtering through an ornate chamber, Elara clutched a pulsating crystal, its otherworldly energy coursing through her veins as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik unleashed his blade's arcane energy towards the awakened statue looming before them, while distant echoes hinted at more statues gaining ground. As lightning illuminated their tense standoff, Elara realized she must harness the crystal's power to create a portal leading to safety. Under stormy moonlight filtering through an ornate chamber filled with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals, Elara clutched a radiating crystal, its otherworldly energy coursing through her veins as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. As Arik unleashed his blade's arcane energy, towards the awakened statue looming before them, while distant echoes hinted at more statues gaining ground. Lightning illuminated their tense standoff, and Elara's sudden realization that she must harness the crystal's power to create a portal leading to safety. As Elara harnessed the crystal's power, a swirling vortex opened before them, revealing a glimmer of safety beyond. "Go," Arik urged, pushing her towards the portal as thunder roared ominously overhead and lightning illuminated their desperate escape. Behind them, awakened statues loomed menacingly, hinting at an impending clash. As Elara and Arik stumbled through the vortex, they emerged into a lush, sunlit forest bathed in ethereal glow. Behind them, thunder rumbled ominously as the portal closed, sealing off their pursuers. "We must keep moving," Arik urged, blade gleaming under the sudden sunlight, while Elara nodded, clutching the crystal tightly. Under the dappled sunlight filtering through towering trees, Elara and Arik caught their breath, relieved to have escaped the ancient chamber's peril. The crystal's energy pulsed gently within Elara's grasp as birdsong filled the air, a stark contrast to the ominous rumblings left behind. "We must find shelter for the night," Arik urged, gaze scanning their new surroundings while lightning crackled faintly in the distance, hinting at lingering dangers. Under the dappled sunlight filtering through towering trees, Elara and Arik caught their breath, relieved to have escaped the ancient chamber's peril. The crystal's energy pulsed gently within Elara's grasp as birdsong filled the air, a stark contrast to the ominous rumblings left behind. "We must find shelter for the night," Arik urged, gaze scanning their new surroundings while lightning crackled faintly in the distance, hinting at lingering dangers. As they ventured deeper into the forest, they stumbled upon an ancient stone bridge crossing a babbling brook, leading to a mysterious cave entrance adorned with intricate carvings. Under the dappled sunlight filtering through towering trees, Elara and Arik approached an ancient stone bridge crossing a babbling brook. Intrigued by intricate carvings adorning its archway, they paused, realizing this path may lead them deeper into mystery or danger. "We should investigate," Elara urged, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly while Arik nodded, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent sunlight. Under the dappled sunlight filtering through towering trees, Elara and Arik approached an ancient stone bridge crossing a babbling brook. Intrigued by intricate carvings adorning its archway, they paused, realizing this path may lead them deeper into mystery or danger. "We should investigate," Ilara urged, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly while Arik nodded, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent sunlight. As they stepped onto the bridge, the carvings seemed to shimmer subtly, hinting at a magical enchantment. Duh. As Ilara and Arik stepped onto the bridge, the carvings seemed to shimmer subtly, hinting at a magical enchantment. "This path may lead us astray," Arik warned, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent sunlight while Ilara urged caution, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly. Suddenly, the bridge trembled beneath their feet, revealing hidden runes that activated as they crossed. As Ilara and Arik crossed the bridge, hidden runes activated, casting an ethereal glow over the carvings, while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. "We must proceed cautiously," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent sunlight as they reached the mysterious cave entrance. LMM, Hugh said with bated breath. Ilara and Arik entered the dimly lit cave, thunder rumbling ominously above as sunlight faded behind them. The cave walls were adorned with more intricate carvings depicting mythical creatures engaged in battle. What lies ahead? Ilara pondered aloud while Arik stood vigilant, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight. "LMMs," you said. As Ilara and Arik ventured deeper into the cave, the air grew colder. Under the flickering torchlight, Ilara and Arik discovered an ancient tome resting on a pedestal deep within the mysterious cave, its cover adorned with intricate carvings hinting at long-forgotten secrets. As thunder rumbled ominously overhead, lightning illuminated their cautious approach to the artifact. "What lies within?" Ilara whispered, heart pounding with anticipation while Arik stood vigilant, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent flashes. As Ilara reached for the ancient tome, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at hidden dangers lurking within the mysterious cave. Arik stood vigilant, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight as he urged caution. "We must tread carefully." Suddenly, an eerie wind whispered through the chamber, extinguishing their torches and plunging them into darkness. As Ilara's fingers brushed against the ancient tome, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that revealed intricate carvings adorning its cover. It's not merely a book," she murmured, heart pounding with anticipation while Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight. Suddenly, an eerie wind swept through the chamber, extinguishing their torches and plunging them into darkness. As Alara's eyes adjusted to the sudden darkness, she clutched the pulsating crystal tightly, its otherworldly energy casting a faint glow around her. Arik stood close by, blade gleaming menacingly under intermittent flashes of thunder overhead. "We must find another light source," he urged, voice barely audible in the eerie silence that followed the extinguished torches. Alara nodded, clutching the mysterious tome tightly as she recalled ancient lore on such artifacts. Alara traced the intricate carvings on the ancient tome's cover, her heart pounding with curiosity as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously in the faint glow cast by her crystal. "This, it may hold answers to our journey," Alara mused, clutching both the tome and the pulsating crystal tightly. As she began to decipher its arcane text, an eerie wind swept through the chamber once more, extinguishing any remnant light. In the oppressive darkness, Alara's fingers danced over ancient text, deciphering cryptic symbols while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik stood vigilant, blade gleaming menacingly under intermittent flashes, guarding against unseen dangers lurking in the shadows. "I believe I've found something," Alara whispered, heart pounding with anticipation as she discovered a hidden map within the tome. In the oppressive darkness, Alara's fingers traced an intricate map hidden within the ancient tome, detailing a secret path leading deeper into the cave. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent flashes as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. "We must follow this," Alara urged, clutching both the tome and pulsating crystal tightly while Arik nodded, ready to face whatever dangers lay ahead. As Alara and Arik ventured deeper into the mysterious cave, following the hidden map's path, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, while lightning cast intermittent flashes that hinted at hidden dangers lurking ahead. The air grew colder as they descended further, their breath visible in the frigid darkness. "We must remain vigilant," Arik urged, blade gleaming menacingly under flickering light from Alara's crystal. As Alara deciphered the hidden map, she realized it led them towards an ominous chasm filled with swirling mists. Arik's blade gleamed ominously under intermittent lightning flashes as thunder rumbled overhead, hinting at potential dangers lurking within. "We must tread carefully," he urged, guiding her along the precarious path. As Elara and Arik approached the chasm's edge, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated swirling mists below. Elara deciphered intricate carvings adorning nearby walls, revealing a secret message hinting at a hidden bridge across the abyss. "You must find this bridge," she urged, heart pounding with determination while Arik scanned the chasm warily, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light.
Doe!
Under stormy moonlight filtering through a narrow path leading towards an ominous chasm filled with swirling mists, Elara and Arik approached the edge cautiously while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Lightning illuminated the tense search for a hidden bridge across the vast expanse as Elara deciphered intricate carvings hinting at its location. Meanwhile, distant echoes suggested awakened statues pursuing them relentlessly. As Elara deciphered the intricate carvings hinting at the hidden bridge's location, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated swirling mists below. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light as he urged caution. "We must act swiftly but carefully." Suddenly, Elara gasped, spotting a faint outline of a bridge across the chasm. "There!" she exclaimed, heart pounding with excitement while Arik nodded grimly, preparing to cross. Under stormy moonlight filtering through a narrow path leading towards an ominous chasm filled with swirling mists, Elara and Arik approached its edge cautiously while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Lightning illuminated the tense search for a hidden bridge across the vast expanse as distant echoes hinted at awakened statues pursuing them relentlessly. "We must find this bridge quickly," Elara urged, heart pounding with determination while Arik nodded grimly, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light. "You?" Under stormy moonlight, Elara and Arik located the faint outline of a hidden bridge across the chasm, its delicate structure barely discernible amidst swirling mists. As they stepped onto it cautiously, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning hinted at their pursuer's relentless approach. "We must hurry," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent flashes as Elara nodded grimly, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly. "T." Under stormy moonlight filtering through the narrow bridge's delicate structure, Elara and Arik hurried across the vast chasm while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at their relentless pursuers gaining ground. Lightning illuminated their tense journey as Arik's blade gleamed ominously under intermittent flashes, ready to defend them if needed. As Ilara and Arik hurried across the narrow bridge, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at their pursuer's relentless advance. The chasm yawned menacingly below, while lightning illuminated their tense journey. Suddenly, the bridge groaned ominously under their weight, hinting at an impending collapse. As Ilara and Arik rushed across the narrow bridge, thunder roared ominously overhead, its intermittent flashes revealing their pursuer's relentless advance. The chasm yawned menacingly below while lightning illuminated their tense journey, but suddenly, the bridge groaned ominously under their weight. "We must jump," Ilara cried, heart pounding with fear as Arik nodded grimly, preparing to leap towards safety. As Ilara and Arik leapt towards safety, thunder roared ominously overhead, while lightning illuminated their desperate plunge into the unknown. The bridge collapsed behind them, sending their pursuers plummeting into the abyss as they landed roughly on solid ground beyond the chasm. Under stormy moonlight filtering through dense foliage, Ilara and Arik emerged from the chasm's depths, hearts pounding with relief as thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Lightning illuminated their surroundings, revealing a vast expanse filled with towering mountains and winding paths leading towards an ancient fortress. "We must seek refuge within those walls," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light while Ilara nodded grimly, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly. As Ilara and Arik approached the ancient fortress under stormy moonlight filtering through dense foliage, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff against awakened statues pursuing relentlessly from the chasm's depths. The imposing structure loomed menacingly before them, hinting at potential dangers lurking within its walls. "You," As Elara and Arik approached the ancient fortress under stormy moonlight, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff against relentless pursuers from the chasm's depths. The imposing structure loomed menacingly before them, hinting at potential dangers lurking within its walls. They hesitated briefly before pushing open creaking doors, revealing a dimly lit entrance adorned with intricate carvings depicting mythical battles. Under dim torchlight filtering through creaking doors leading into an ancient fortress, Elara and Arik discovered intricate carvings depicting mythical battles adorned the entrance walls, while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at potential dangers lurking within. As they ventured deeper, lightning illuminated their tense standoff against awakened statues relentlessly pursuing them from the chasm's depths. Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik ventured deeper into the ancient fortress, its labyrinthine corridors echoing with ominous silence while thunder rumbled overhead, hinting at their relentless pursuers gaining ground. As they turned a corner, lightning illuminated an imposing statue looming menacingly before them, one of the awakened statues from the chasm. As Elara and Arik faced the imposing statue looming menacingly before them, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at their impending confrontation. Arik's blade gleamed ominously under flickering torchlight while Elara clutched the pulsating crystal tightly, recalling ancient lore on such constructs. Suddenly, she noticed faint carvings etched into its base, whispering of a secret weakness. As Elara deciphered the faint carvings hinting at the statue's secret weakness, thunder roared ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff. "Its heart," she whispered, recalling ancient lore on such constructs as Arik nodded grimly, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight. They prepared to strike simultaneously, channeling their combined magic towards the statue's vulnerable core. "Oh!" As Elara and Arik prepared to strike simultaneously at the statue's heart, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at their impending clash. "Together," Elara urged, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly while Arik nodded grimly, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight. Suddenly, a hidden mechanism triggered, revealing more statues looming menacingly from adjacent corridors. Ow. As Elara and Arik prepared their combined assault, thunder roared ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff against the imposing statue and its new allies emerging from adjacent corridors. "We must adapt our plan," Elara urged, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly as Arik nodded grimly, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight. Suddenly, a distant rumble hinted at another impending threat within the fortress depths. Pooh. As Elara and Arik adjusted their plan amidst the growing threat of awakened statues emerging from adjacent corridors, thunder roared ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff. Elara clutched the pulsating crystal tightly, recalling ancient lore on such constructs as Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight. Suddenly, a distant rumble hinted at another impending threat within the fortress depths, forcing them to reevaluate their strategy. As Elara and Arik braced themselves for battle against the looming statues, thunder rumbled menacingly overhead while lightning cast eerie shadows upon their tense standoff. Elara recalled ancient lore on such constructs, whispering an incantation under her breath as Arik prepared to unleash his blade's arcane energy. Suddenly, a distant explosion hinted at another impending threat within the fortress depths. As Elara and Arik braced themselves for battle, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning cast eerie shadows upon their tense standoff. Elara recalled ancient lore on such constructs, whispering an incantation under her breath as Arik prepared to unleash his blade's arcane energy. Suddenly, a distant explosion hinted at another impending threat within the fortress depths. "We must find its source," Elara cried, heart pounding with urgency while Arik nodded grimly, preparing to lead them deeper into the labyrinthine corridors. Data. As Elara and Arik rushed towards the explosion's source, thunder roared ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense journey through labyrinthine corridors filled with awakened statues. The pulsating crystal in Elara's grasp guided them towards the epicenter as Arik's blade gleamed ominously under flickering light, ready to face any threats that lay ahead. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals, hinting at long-forgotten secrets hidden within. As Elara and Arik entered the vast chamber filled with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their awe-inspired standoff against the epicenter of the explosion. The crystal in Elara's grasp pulsed rhythmically, hinting at an otherworldly presence within the chamber. Suddenly, a hidden lever caught her eye, whispering of a secret passage leading deeper into the fortress mysteries. As Elara reached for the hidden lever, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at the secret passage's potential dangers. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight as he urged caution. We must proceed carefully. With bated breath, Elara pulled the lever, revealing a narrow tunnel leading deeper into the fortress mysteries. As Elara and Arik ventured deeper into the narrow tunnel revealed by the hidden lever, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense journey through the labyrinthine fortress. The pulsating crystal in Elara's grasp guided them towards an unseen presence within the passage. Suddenly, they discovered a hidden chamber filled with ancient tomes and scrolls, hinting at long forgotten knowledge that could shed light on their quest. Within the hidden chamber filled with ancient tomes and scrolls, Elara eagerly began deciphering faded text while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at time running out. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight, guarding against unseen threats lurking within the fortress depths. Suddenly, a faint whisper echoed through the chamber, guiding Elara towards an enigmatic tome bound in obsidian leather. Lara? As Elara deciphered the enigmatic tome's cryptic text, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at an impending storm within. And without the hidden chamber, Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight as he urged caution. We must make haste. Suddenly, Elara gasped, discovering a spell that could temporarily pacify their relentless pursuers. However, it required a rare ingredient found only within the fortress' treacherous depths. As Elara deciphered the spell's final words, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at their pursuer's imminent arrival. Arik urged haste. We must find that ingredient quickly. Elara nodded greedily, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly as they rushed back into the labyrinthine corridors. Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik rushed back into the labyrinthine fortress corridors, the pulsating crystal guiding them towards the rare ingredient needed for their pursuer's pacification. Thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense journey, hinting at imminent danger lurking in every shadowy alcove. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a guarded chamber filled with ancient artifacts and pulsating crystals, revealing a secret entrance to a vast underground cavern. As Elara and Arik rushed towards the guarded chamber, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at their pursuers' imminent arrival. Lightning illuminated their tense standoff against two awakened statues standing vigilant nearby, guarding an ancient artifact pulsating with otherworldly energy. "We must disable them quickly," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under flickering torchlight as Elara nodded grimly, clutching the pulsating crystal tightly. As Elara and Arik faced the awakened statues guarding the ancient artifact, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff. They realized they must act swiftly and strategically to disable the Guardians without alerting the entire fortress to their presence. Elara clutched the pulsating crystal tightly, whispering an incantation under her breath as Arik prepared his blade's arcane energy, ready to strike at the statue's weak points. Suddenly, a faint humming echoed through the chamber, hinting at a hidden mechanism within. "Ooh!" Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik faced two awakened statues guarding an ancient artifact pulsating with otherworldly energy while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. They realized they must act swiftly yet strategically to disable the Guardians without alerting the entire fortress to their presence. Suddenly, a faint humming echoed through the chamber, hinting at a hidden mechanism within. As Elara and Arik prepared their attack on the awakened statues, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated their tense standoff against the Guardians. Suddenly, Elara noticed intricate carvings adorning one statue's pedestal, hinting at a weakness in its magical enchantment. Meanwhile, Arik's blade gleamed ominously under flickering torchlight as he urged caution. "We must act swiftly and precisely." Under dim torchlight, Elara studied intricate carvings adorning one statue's pedestal while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at its hidden weakness. Arik urged haste. "We must strike now." As lightning illuminated their tense standoff, they unleashed a combined assault on the Guardians, hoping to disable them without alerting nearby threats. Under dim torchlight, Elara deciphered intricate carvings on one statue's pedestal while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik struck swiftly with his blade's arcane energy, slicing through the air towards the awakened statues. Meanwhile, Elara channeled the crystal's power into a protective barrier around them, hoping to disable the guardians without alerting nearby threats. Under dim torchlight, Elara's heart pounded as she deciphered intricate carvings on one statue's pedestal while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik unleashed his blade's arcane energy against the awakened statues, its glow illuminating their tense standoff. As lightning crackled nearby, revealing more statues stirring from slumber, Elara swiftly cast a pacifying spell upon their guardians. The pulsating crystal in her grasp throbbed rhythmically, hinting at a successful enchantment. As Elara's pacifying spell took effect on the awakened statues, they stilled menacingly, their glow dimming under flickering torchlight, while thunder rumbled ominously overhead. Arik urged haste. We must retrieve the artifact and depart before its enchantment wears off. Together they approached the pulsating crystal, its otherworldly energy coursing through them as Elara clutched it tightly. Huh? With the awakened statues pacified, Elara and Arik retrieved the pulsating crystal, its energy coursing through them as they prepared to flee the chamber. However, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at an impending storm within the fortress that threatened their escape. As lightning illuminated their tense standoff, they discovered a hidden passage leading deeper into the cavern, revealing yet another challenge in their quest for safety. As Elara and Arik ventured deeper into the hidden passage, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that hinted at an ancient cavern filled with glowing crystals and eerie whispers. The pulsating crystal in Elara's grasp pulsed rhythmically, guiding them towards a faint glow emanating from within. As Elara and Arik ventured deeper into the hidden passage, thunder roared ominously overhead, casting intermittent flashes that illuminated intricate carvings adorning ancient walls. The pulsating crystal in Elara's grasp pulsed rhythmically, guiding them towards an unseen presence within the cavern. Suddenly, they stumbled upon a vast chamber filled with glowing crystals and an eerie stillness that hinted at long-forgotten secrets. Sira. As Elara and Arik entered the vast chamber filled with glowing crystals, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, casting an ethereal glow upon the intricate carvings adorning its walls. The pulsating crystal in Elara's grasp pulsed rhythmically, guiding them towards a mysterious altar at the chamber's heart. Meanwhile, distant echoes hinted at awakened statues stirred by their presence, urging haste. Zil. Under dim torchlight, Elara approached the mysterious altar at the chamber's heart while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at awakened statues' impending arrival. The pulsating crystal in her grasp pulsed rhythmically, revealing intricate carvings that whispered of an ancient ritual to pacify the fortress' guardians permanently. As she deciphered the arcane scriptures, Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light, ready to defend them if needed. As Elara deciphered the ancient scriptures, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at awakened statues' impending arrival. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light, ready to defend them if needed. Suddenly, she gasped, realizing the ritual required a rare ingredient found only within the fortress' treacherous depths. Under dim torchlight, Elara deciphered an ancient incantation to pacify the awakened statues guarding the fortress depths while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at their imminent arrival. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light as he urged haste. "We must act swiftly before they surround us." Suddenly, Elara gasped, realizing the ritual required a rare ingredient found deep within the treacherous labyrinth. Sarah. As Elara deciphered the ancient incantation's final words under dim torchlight, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at their pursuer's imminent arrival. Arik stood vigilant nearby, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light as he urged caution. We must retreat, regroup. Suddenly, a faint glow emanating from within the chamber caught Elara's eye, revealing a hidden passage leading deeper into the fortress mysteries. Jew. As Elara and Arik discovered the hidden passage leading deeper into the fortress mysteries, thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at their pursuers' relentless advance. The faint glow emanating from within cast an eerie light upon intricate carvings adorning ancient walls, whispering of long-forgotten secrets and dangers yet to come. Do. Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik ventured into the hidden passage, thunder rumbling ominously overhead as the faint glow from within cast eerie shadows upon their tense journey. The pulsating crystal in Elara's grasp pulsed rhythmically, guiding them deeper into the fortress' treacherous depths, while distant echoes hinted at awakened statues pursuing relentlessly. As lightning illuminated their path, they discovered an ancient tomb resting atop a pedestal, its cover adorned with intricate carvings hinting at long-forgotten knowledge within. Etcher. Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik approached the ancient tomb atop its pedestal, thunder rumbling ominously overhead as intricate carvings hinted at long-forgotten knowledge within. As Elara reached for it, the pedestal trembled slightly, revealing hidden mechanisms that stirred nearby awakened statues into action. We must act swiftly, Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under flickering light while Elara nodded grimly, clutching both the pulsating crystal and the tomb tightly. As Elara clutched both the pulsating crystal and the ancient tomb tightly, thunder rumbled ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their tense standoff against awakened statues stirring nearby. Arik urged haste. We must flee before they surround us. With bated breath, they turned to retreat, hoping to evade their relentless pursuers long enough to decipher the tomb's secrets. More. Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik fled through the hidden passage, thunder roaring ominously overhead as awakened statues stirred menacingly nearby. The ancient tomb, clutched tightly in Elara's grasp, hinted at vital knowledge needed to pacify the fortress guardians permanently. As they rushed towards a narrow exit, lightning illuminated their tense standoff against pursuing enemies. You must evade them long enough to decipher this tome, Arik urged, heart pounding with determination. Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik fled through the hidden passage, thunder roaring ominously overhead as awakened statues stirred menacingly nearby. The ancient tome clutched tightly in Elara's grasp hinted at vital knowledge needed to pacify the fortress guardians permanently. As they rushed towards a narrow exit, lightning illuminated their tense standoff against pursuing enemies, revealing a steep cliff beyond leading to an uncertain drop. "We must jump," Arik urged, heart pounding with determination. Under dim torchlight, Elara and Arik clung tightly to both an ancient tome and a pulsating crystal as they leaped from the cliff's edge, thunder roaring ominously overhead. As they plummeted into darkness, lightning illuminated their desperate freefall towards uncertain waters below. As Elara and Arik plummeted towards uncertain waters below, thunder roared ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their desperate plunge. The ancient tome clutched tightly in Elara's grasp hinted at vital knowledge needed to pacify the fortress guardians permanently, but first they had to survive their deadly fall. Under dim torchlight filtering through stormy moonlight, Elara and Arik tumbled into uncertain waters below, thunder roaring ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their desperate plunge. As they hit the water's surface with a chilling splash, the ancient tome in Elara's grasp hinted at vital knowledge needed to pacify the fortress guardians permanently if they could survive the deadly fall and navigate the treacherous currents ahead. As Elara and Arik hit the water's surface with a chilling splash, they were swept away by treacherous currents. "We must swim towards that distant shore," Arik urged, blade gleaming ominously under flickering moonlight while Elara nodded grimly, clutching both the ancient tome and pulsating crystal tightly. Under stormy moonlight filtering through treacherous waves, Elara and Arik struggled against powerful currents while thunder rumbled ominously overhead, hinting at an impending storm. The ancient tome clutched tightly in Elara's grasp hinted at vital knowledge needed to pacify the fortress guardians permanently if they could only reach the distant shore. Suddenly, a massive wave crashed over them, threatening to sweep them out into the abyss. As Ilara fought against powerful currents, she clutched both the ancient tome and pulsating crystal tightly, their weight threatening to drag her under. Arik swam beside her, blade gleaming ominously under intermittent moonlight, urging haste. Suddenly, lightning illuminated a massive wave barreling towards them, its crest towering menacingly. "We must dive deep," Arik cried, hoping they could evade the wave's deadly force. As Ilara and Arik dove deep to evade the towering wave, thunder roared ominously overhead while lightning illuminated their desperate descent into darkness. They clung tightly to both an ancient tome and a pulsating crystal, hoping these artifacts would guide them to safety. As Ilara and Arik dove deep, they discovered a hidden underwater tunnel illuminated by bioluminescent plants, offering refuge from the storm above. The ancient tome clutched tightly hinted at secrets within its pages that could guide them to safety if decoded in time. Meanwhile, distant echoes hinted at aquatic creatures stirred by their presence, urging caution and haste. Soup. Under dim bioluminescent light filtering through a hidden underwater tunnel filled with exotic plant life, Ilara and Arik discovered refuge from the storm above while clutching an ancient tome that hinted at secrets within. As they swam cautiously deeper into the tunnel, distant echoes suggested aquatic creatures stirred by their presence, urging caution and haste. Under dim bioluminescent light filtering through a narrow underwater tunnel filled with exotic plant life, Ilara and Arik cling tightly to an ancient tome as they swim cautiously, hearing distant echoes of aquatic creatures steering nearby. The tunnel's entrance looms behind them while an uncertain path lies ahead, hinting at both danger and potential salvation. As they venture deeper, the ancient tome in Ilara's grasp pulsates rhythmically, its otherworldly energy guiding their journey. Under dim bioluminescent light filtering through the narrow underwater tunnel, Elara clutched the pulsating ancient tome tightly, its ethereal glow illuminating their path ahead while Arik swam vigilantly nearby, blade gleaming menacingly.